The ninja farmer, the California ninja farmer. Show us the hair though. I love the hairdo. Golly. Maybe it's Maybelline or something.
Something.
Something. We're making hay. Ryan has brought us out to a place where they're doing some deep ripping.
Deep ripping.
They do any tearing or just ripping?
Just no ripping and just ripping.
Just rip. Well, they tear up those plastic pipes.
That's true. So there is some ripping.
There is some ripping and some tearing. It's just a what size dozer is that?
That's a D11.
D11. I've never even seen one that big.
It's the biggest one that Cat makes. Komatsu has a bigger one, but this does the job just fine.
This machine from far away looks like a house rolling towards us. It's huge. That's a big piece of machinery. This shank, that's not 6 foot tall, but it's all of 4 foot for sure, maybe 5. Off into the sunset. Just kidding, the sun's going up. That thing is big. It looks big from far away, and it's big when you walk up to it. It's so weird to walk right alongside of this. What do you think, sir?
Well, I think I made a horrible mistake this morning. I have one pair of underwear that's smaller than all the rest, smaller than it should be. And I think that ended up in my suitcase and I put it on this morning without knowing.
Should we try to get it to straddle, Mike? I hope Randy drives straight. We'll try it. There's a camera right there. You survived! Did Ryan happen to tell you how big the shank was?
No, but I have just been saying 6 feet on my video.
It's anywhere between 4 and 6. I don't know. Look how deep this is. So when I stand in this rip line, I mean, this from above my knee.
It's 2.5 feet, isn't it? That furrow?
Easy. Easy 2.5 feet. I also sunk in a little bit. Look at this root that it pulled out. See, it rips and tears. Ripping and tearing.
Ripping and tearing. Furrowing.
Look at that. My fingers barely go around that root. Ryan, how big is this shank?
That's a good question. So you're trying to get down about 6 feet. So if you can get 6 feet of depth, but really you're talking probably, you know, 9 foot shank. So I think it weighs 12,000 pounds.
12.
Just the shank itself.
12.
Just the shank itself.
1,000-pound shank. I'm gonna go drive this thing now.
Have you ever driven any track layer type equipment?
Small ones,
Okay.
not one like this. No.
It's easy, you'll figure it out. So how this works in here is you're always gonna be at full throttle.
Oh.
So right here, what I'm pushing down on is a decelerator. So I'm pushing that down, and I click this right here, and if I let out on my foot,
Full throttle.
push it back in, click that, and it goes back to idle, I can let go. Over here is where you're driving. So there's a switch right here, you push that forward, you're gonna roll forward, back, obviously go back, turn right, pull back, turn left. Over here is your shank. Push that up, it's gonna lift your shank up out of the ground, you push it down, it puts it down in the ground. This is all for blade. The only time you ever put a blade on is if it's really hard ground. So.
Like for weight or what?
Yeah, yep, just for weight. So we're gonna turn it around and then I'll let you take her out.
The only thing I have in common with this is that key.
Oh.
I have one of those keys.
Well, it's a good looking key. Okay, hold on. Pretty soft ground, but we still need to have the D11 come out and do this deep ripping to get rid of that hard pan. But this actually used to be an almond orchard out here, and it had its lifespan, and so what they did is they went through, they removed the orchard and they ground up all those trees, and then they spread it back out onto the soil. So actually, if you go out here, you can actually see right here, this is all ground up almond trees right here. They just incorporate it right back into the soil.
So how is an almond tree different from an almond tree?
Well, you see, there's almonds when they're on the tree, and then you shake the L out of them.
Did you guys get nervous? That machine is so gnarly. Those blades are just chopping these branches. So we saw this thing at the show. Now we get to see it working. So the same machine is used, those adjust, and they can top the trees, and they can actually set them at angles. So some of the trees are flat, and then some of them are at an angle where they peak at the top. These ones that he's cutting right now are actually already peaked from time before, but now he's just going right down the middle and cleaning up the sides. So Zach mounted a camera on his on this tree chopper thing, and it fell off. So I'm being a good intern, and I'm walking this row. I'm gonna find it and save the day. The day will be saved, and he'll dedicate his whole video to me for saving the day. Should probably walk right down the middle. Maybe take my sunglasses off to see better. Holy smokes, this is a long way. There are fast walking feet on. You guys see it anywhere? It could be anywhere, realistically. But I'm hoping it just fell straight down. I've been out here for hours now. I haven't found his camera. It's 2 hours past lunchtime. I can't find them. I have no cell phone service, but this camera is still working. This will be the last message I leave to my wife and friends. Henry, I love you. Tucker, don't beat up your older brother. You're gonna be bigger than him. Just kidding, I'm at the end of the field. No camera. Okay, so he only went down 2 rows. I'm on the 2nd row now. If it's not here on this row, we're gonna have to get a detective. If I can't find this camera, I'm gonna feel kind of bad. He's gonna think I didn't find it on purpose. So that's how close they are. There's the camera. Right there. Found it. He better admit that I'm in his top 50, top 100 best friends. So as I said earlier, these go this way, but they also tilt like that. So they can do all sorts of things with these saw blades. I see you have your tape measure. We're not measuring feet, are we?
So yeah, so here we're trying to get it at, for the most part, 5.5 feet width. So we're at 5'4". So we'll probably end up going out a little bit with it.
How big are these blades?
These are 24-inch blades.
24 inches?
By 5 millimeter thick. Actually, no, these are the 3 millimeter. These are 3 millimeter. Actually, these are 3 millimeter thick.
I guess it's real hard to say. It depends on the trees. Whoa. How often do you have to change these? Do you keep them and sharpen them, or just swap them out?
No, yeah, we keep them and sharpen them. Pistachio's a harder wood. So pistachios, we might get, I don't know, 600-700 acres out of it before we want to switch. Almonds, you probably get a little bit more, maybe in the 1,000, 1,200.
It probably also depends on if you're topping versus this, because topping, Ryan was saying, it creates, there's a lot more wood to knock off.
Yeah, topping a little bit more wood, and you know, just as an older orchard, right? So this 45-year-old pistachio, the wood's just, I mean, it's hard, it's grown. So yeah, it depends on what you're cutting.
Do you think I could use this to mow my alfalfa? If like you went flat in front of you.
I don't know about your alfalfa, but maybe like chopping some corn or something, right?
Oh,
I don't know if you'd get it low enough for your alfalfa.
That's pretty sweet.
Maybe some corn or some winter forage.
Awesome. How far does this boom extend out?
These are 16-foot swaths. So if you're up, you know, you've got a 32-foot cutting width, and we'll go all the way up to 45 feet tall.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Kyle, hey, if people want to see you, because you're on social media, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where can people see you and learn about you?
Tree Barber is one of our accounts on Instagram, so give us a follow, and hope you like the content.
What's the other one? Is there anything else?
Caddy Shack Rodent Services is another business.
Cool.
Quite a bit of businesses.
Awesome.
So yeah, check out Tree Barber.
Awesome. Thanks for your time. So I missed the really good interview because I was finding a GoPro, but still a good interview.
Harvest has some videos of those topping.
They do.
And it's like, I mean, they're taking out branches like that, just boom.
We see a kick, high kick, jump kick, ninja kick. That's it. That's what they've been waiting for.
Now?
Are we eating? What are we doing?
We're gonna hit In-N-Out Burger on the way to my bee guy that I got a connection with, and then from there, we're gonna go meet Ryan's Nut Shaker.
How much does In-N-Out pay you for saying that we're going there?
Oh, this entire trip, everything's just been.
I did hear that
they
McDonald's
covered.
is better though.
Are they buying you a BMW?
I would assume so.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
So sometimes it all depends on kind of like how the watering was done, when they were shook. Some trees just hang on to them more than others. Maybe this tree had more stress than other trees did. And so for some reason, it could have been any force of nature had a different.
These are old ones.
These are old ones.
I'm gonna pull off.
Yep. Yeah, you want them off. You want them off.
You want as many off the tree during harvest as you can, but it just doesn't
always work out that way.
And sometimes nuts just don't drop like they're supposed to.
You know, sometimes it takes a little longer for others.
And so he's gonna come through and shake these to get all the old stuff off.
Yeah, you got to shake the old nuts.
So when the moth comes through and lays eggs, is it like these nuts?
Like these nuts right here.
Okay.
We didn't
That
catch
wasn't
it.
planned at all, was it? We didn't. None of us got it.
This thing's on tracks. That's bad. That's awesome. So if you're watching this show and you don't know much about tractors, you cannot buy, okay, John Deere, Ryan said John Deere makes a tractor with this special orchard cab, but it's not a very good one. So these guys buy these expensive tractors and they send them off and they get these $30,000 cabs installed. These things are made just for tree orchards, or got an AC on it. It's much smaller. Whoa, this one's got a sweet sound system. So this is the tree shaker. There's a few different models. This one pulls up beside it and then it rolls out this shaft and then clamps and shakes the tree. There's other models where the nose you have to physically turn into each tree. So this is much more efficient. Drive along upside of it. It goes out and it grabs it, and then the next one. And the next one, like Ryan was talking about, you use this once when you're getting the almonds off, and use it again to get when the good ones are off. You see that shaft it's got to go through to get the nuts?
You always got to keep that lubricated.
Keep the shaft lubricated, but then also this rubber, right?
Yep.
I just got bit by a mosquito.
Oh, wow.
What do they call this machine?
This is the nut shaker.
And that's what the farmers actually call it too?
Shockwave.
Yeah.
This is called Shockwave.
Oh, the shocker, the disturber?
Orchard Machinery Corporation.
The
Equalizer.
Oh, look at the command center. Shockwave.
These tracks are gnarly. Is this because you hit wet spots?
So yeah, like typically this time of the year, it's going to be wet in the orchard.
Oh,
It's
like you just said, you just had 7 inches of rain back in December.
So if you try and run this through the orchard, you want your orchard floors as flat as possible, because when we come through and we do harvest, you're going to be sweeping those up. You don't want to get stuck in any ruts or anything like that. And so we put these tracks on, so in the wintertime when it is softer ground, typically, right now it's not, then it doesn't leave as big of a compaction spot.
Nice, a track it up.
Otherwise, do you run tires on it sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, so like harvest time this year time of year, they'll have tires on these instead of tracks.
I don't know if you noticed that there's tires on that tractor.
I did notice that.
And the one we just saw.
Yep. No way. No way.
Zach was just saying we thought that we'd feel the ground a lot more than we did. When you get up close, you can, but as you can see, I could hang on. They didn't think I'd be able to hang on, but I got grip, baby. So Ed, before this shaker, how would they get the almonds out of the tree?
Well, tell you what, they used to lay a tarp down. They used to get these wooden sticks with big rubber mallets on the end, and they would just go and bang every single branch, and any of the ones that didn't come off, they would put the holes on it and knock those ones off too. Catch them all, clean them up, throw them in the center, and then pick them up later. But I'll tell you this, I had to do that about a couple years ago, and you want to find out if you're out of shape, do it. It's a hell of a workout.
Yeah. CrossFit. CrossFit. Just go to Ammon Farm.
It was the original CrossFit.